Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be showing you truly a revolutionary way of doing your face. We won't be using foundation for this. And the reason that this is very different from what we normally see is because normally we put a pump of foundation in our hands or wherever, brush, a sponge, and then we apply it to our face. Nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't allow us to see our skin for what it is. So this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get flawless skin very, very quickly. Now, the one thing that is worth mentioning is if you have very, very problematic skin, a lot of skin issues going on, this is not the routine for you. It can be too soul destroying to do it. Therefore, it's better to just use a foundation. It's like sometimes when you see somebody going in with the lightest weight foundation and then they spend the next hour applying concealer around all the different areas of the face that says a problem. I find that personally quite depressing to do on myself and on others, especially because they're self-conscious, they want to cover up quick. So bear that in mind. So I'm going to use NARS concealer. This is in Honey. What we're going to do is there's nothing on my face at all, no primer, nothing, just because it's for this tutorial. So you can apply what you need. I'm going to dot the concealer around on the areas on my face right now where I know there's problems. So I've just had some really weird breakout here. So I'm going to start applying the concealer there. That's a main area. Also here, because there's been another breakout. So when I look on the other side, same issues, a breakout around here. So I'm also going to apply a little bit in the forehead, a little bit on the nose, and this section just to start with. So this is my basics. Now I'm going to buff it in. And I'm using my #1 foundation brush. And even though I only applied a small amount on those areas, and I'm concentrating on those areas, I'm bringing it around to the rest of the face as well. Okay. So technically speaking, that is one layer. And you saw that I didn't apply it in a really thick, heavy base all over. Generally speaking, for right this minute, if I was just to go out the door, that would be enough. It would absolutely be enough. But we're going to just take it a little bit further and get it a little bit more flawless. I'm just going to add a dot and two here because this area here can get a bit red, especially when the rest of the face is a bit more flawless. Now there's still a couple of marks here, so I'm going to put it back here. And I'm also going to make sure I do this outside corner of my eye because there is discoloration there and it can make the eye look like it's drooping down. So I can also see that the nose needs a little bit more, and I also need a touch more up there and a little dot here. Otherwise, it's not too bad. So that's about it. So let's buff it in. And again, even though I applied it most heavily there, I'm still kind of bringing it down. And I'm working those outside areas. Working the nose. And this isn't a small nose, you know, it needs a bit of covering. Working those areas here because they are most problematic. And then here. Now, this skin is much more luminous and flawless than it was. Because we've used so little product, we can go in with an absolute bugger load of powder and it's not going to get heavy and cakey because there's not much on the skin. So I'm going to use Laura Mercier, and you can see I ain't being stingy with it. And I'm going to set all of this. Now I've done that, I'm going to take a brush, obviously my brush, and I'm just going to knock off any excess powder. Because we use barely any product, and because we used a lot of powder, it's not heavy or thick or cakey. It literally looks like nothing on the skin. So now we can go in and just warm it up so you get a kind of a better idea. So I'm just going to warm up here. Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, blusher, apologise. So just going to warm up the cheekbones, because sometimes you just do foundation. You know, you can take a sick day. You got flawless skin, but it's washed out like you wouldn't believe. See, I know I love my brushes because they're mine, but this is why I love them, because you get to apply things in light, sheer layers without building up too much. Now I'm old school. I put blusher up here, put it above the bridge of the nose, sometimes the tip of the chin, just depends. So there you have it. There is no foundation, there is no heavy coverage, but the areas that needed covering are covered, and you see where your skin is. And that's the thing. When we're just applying foundation, we're not seeing the good skin we have, the great skin that we have, because we're covering everything. We're still covering with this because I'm still moving the product around the other areas that are good, but I'm concentrating on those that are problematic. And I used nothing. I used barely anything. And that's the idea, because now you could apply bronzer if you wanted, but your face is done. And it's not heavy, it's not thick, it's not cakey, but it's covered. And no one is going to look at you and go, oh, that foundation, that is something special. No one's going to see it. Even with all of that powder, it looks like nothing. I'm filming this in 4K, I'm uploading it in 4K. It's just nothing. And that's the beauty of this tutorial. So thank you for watching. Leave your comments down there. I look forward to reading them. Be nice, because nice is good. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Before I actually go, I did think I would just zoom in a bit, just so you can kind of see how the skin looks. I actually missed a little, there's a little, another little spot. Joys of adult problems. But there you go. That's the skin, and this is in 4K zoomed in, and it looks all right. I must say, it looks all right. Okay, bye-bye.